Welcome our next comic out here. Come on, Joleen.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old.
Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
hey, oh, 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 hey.
Oh, way, oh,
Yo, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey.
oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way,
We need to be on the same page, and we were not.
I know. I started saying welcome, and then you started singing the Survivor song. So
I thought that you said last week we had to do that.
we do, but I forgot. So
Oh,
you're on top of it, husband.
that's
I
on you.
am not. Welcome, you guys, to Married to Survivor. Happy Sunday night. Thank you for waiting for this episode because we had the Big Brother finale this week. So we were a little bit behind, but we're ready to talk about episode 2. If you're joining live, make sure you
Subscribe.
Right,
Oh,
Joe?
smash. See, not on the same page yet.
Chef Quinones, what should they do?
Have some of my brownies. Have a seat. Let me ask you some questions.
Okay. Well, smash the like, you guys. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Love the buff. Thank you. I got it off of my wish list. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. So me and Xchel have decided that every week we're going to have a little competition. What's our competition to wear this buff?
We're going to guess which team has to vote out somebody in the next week's episode. So like this week, the group, was it green? No. Yeah, yellow team, Yase. Yase. So last week we would have said, which team do you think will have to vote at Tribal Council? If Joleen said Yase, she wins and she gets to wear the buff that week. So we're going to try to guess which team will send someone home next week.
Yes. And we'll do that at the end. And you guys feel free to guess along with us. And then when we merge, we can guess who is going to be on the chopping block. Maybe that'll be our new who goes home. And then whoever wins wears the buff, like Xchel said. So let us
What
know
if they
all your-
merge? That's our fourth thing is we could say merge though. Maybe they don't, nobody sends, we could say merge because I don't know if that's going to come up soon.
That's an option. Okay. All right. We'll discuss it more at the end. But yes, because right now we only have one buff. We need to get you a buff, Xchel.
I'm already buff enough.
Oh, yeah. We just went on a walk, so we're real buff. We're real.
My calves are so buff right now.
We went to the...
You know what they say about guys with big calves?
What do they say?
We have tiny feet.
Your feet are size 13. So
No, but like the
say-
calves are so big, it makes the feet proportionally, it looks small, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. But what did you say earlier? You said, you know what they say about guys with big feet?
We have to spend more to buy shoes because there's more cost in production in terms of the material used.
Okay, well, that's not as funny of a joke.
Why'd you make me say it then?
It's not hard. It's hard. It is hard to find the 13 wide. Yes, Joleen. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man just because you can. Thank you. I love that Dolly Parton song. All right, you guys. So smash the like. If you've never joined us before, Xchel and I are married. We're comedians, and I love Survivor. And through the pandemic, I got Xchel into Survivor, and now he has watched probably even more episodes than I have. So unfortunately for Xchel, when he married me, he also married.
I got into Survivor on my own. It was like personal choice. I was like, I'm going to do it.
Don't be
and you were like, I'm going to watch it too. And I was like, all right, but you know, I did it first.
Oh my God, men and their egos. Am I right? Come on, Chef Quinones. All right. So let's get into this episode. Now we kind of checked in. We're still married. We're doing good, right, Xchel? We're staying married.
I think so, unless you have news for me that you're revealing on this episode of Married to Survivor.
Nope, you're so cute and adorable, and I love you. So no.
Thanks. That's good news.
Busy Blues fan, thank you. It was a great episode. Loving the season. P.S. You guys rock. You rock. Thank you. I am so happy Survivor's back. So let's get right into it. All right. So we get into the new episode, and is Brad is tired. Brad's tired. Brad is nervous about JD now after last tribal.
He's jittery.
He's jittery. He's paranoid, and
he's so paranoid.
He's acting like Cop Tony.
Yeah, he is. He's even got his little spy shack.
He does. He tried, but his spy shack is just the bushes, so it's not that great of a spy shack.
And he tells everybody that he's going to it, so that's not good spy shackness.
Like he should be like, I'm gonna go take a floaty
Dump. Yeah,
float dump, whatever they do.
I gotta go float dump.
He tells
Nobody follow me. I'm float dumping.
I need my privacy. So he tells Shannon.
It's real watery, so if you get near me, it's gonna get all over the place.
Oh my god! Trigger warning. If you have poop paranoia. Okay. So, Shan is like, oh my god, okay, weirdo. So he takes off running like a cuckoo bananas person, and because JD and Ricard are walking to the well, and he was like, oh, doesn't take two people to walk to the well.
Yeah, you know how he ran? He ran like a Muppet runs in all the Muppet movies. It's like,
He ran like one of those inflatable things outside of the car place.
Yeah.
You know?
inflatable, wacky inflatable tube men.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
He's like, I gotta be there.
Oh, Terry, don't get me started on sharks. Remember when someone, Xchel, they joined me and Josh last season, and they dropped, it was a shark troll, and I died laughing. Because
No, I didn't know
nothing
that.
funnier than a shark. Okay. So JD and Ricardo just walking the wild, like, what's up, bro? Not much, bro. You know, they're just chilling. And then there's, oh, here comes Brad. And he hides in the bushes, and he listens to them, and he goes, they said he, and there's only 3 guys, and 2 of them are together, so it must be me.
But he doesn't know everybody's pronouns, so it could have been someone else. He needs to be careful.
Presumptuous of him.
Yep.
How presumptuous. Okay.
How presumptuous. My favorite part was probably when he was like, I'm a hunter, and when I stare at my prey, they know I'm staring, so I have to close my eyes. And then he was like listening. It was very like, that's it. Like he concentrates on that. Like I concentrate on a date with you. Like I'm like, I got to pull out the chair, you know, like I have a certain order of things to do, but he's just like, this is what I do when I hunt, you know?
I love how that's how you concentrate on a date with me. Wow.
Yeah. I don't want to mess it up. I'm a like poop joke or offer another breadstick. So just so you know, poop
Tonight
joke.
you offered me the last part of the crostini, the eggplant tahini crostini. Well, you didn't offer it. I asked for it, and you said okay.
You asked for it, and then but I get a bite. That's all that was recommended. That I asked for, and I couldn't say no because we went on a walk, and then you were like, "Oh, I don't know if I can make it," and I'm like, "We just got out the front door," and you're like, "I know, I gotta get trolleys."
It's been a while since I worked out, you guys. So now we're going on daily walks, and I thought I was going to pass out on this damn. Now we had walked quite a bit, Xchel, but we'll let you get that joke in. We'll let you get that joke.
I can have a little joke.
You can have all the jokes. I love you. Okay, so Shan. So then he runs back. He runs back from his spy shack, which is just the weeds, and Shan is sketched out by Brad.
Yeah.
Brad's like, "Hey, I went and I listened to them," and they're like. She's like, okay. And then immediately Shan goes because Ricard is like her number 1. And she goes and tells him exactly what Brad did. And Ricard's like, are you serious? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Trolleys are the best after all.
I knew you would highlight that comment. I just knew it. I was like, that's good. Anytime someone says I love trolleys, it doesn't matter what's in the comment. You're going to highlight it. There should be an all male alliance. I love trolleys. And you're like, look at this guy. He loves trolleys.
So you can get an all male alliance on the stream is if you put trolleys in it.
Yeah. No, I think, I think in Survivor, the main thing is don't be too like, as the kids say, don't act too sus.
Yep.
Yep. I'm young. I'm hip. I'm with it.
You are hip. You're 37, baby. You're so young.
Yeah. The people at my school think I'm in my 20s. So just so you know, so I think Brad's biggest problem here is that he's just like freaking out. And, you know, I think that we see another person in this tribe kind of do the same thing. And it just brings a bunch of like, you know, magnifying glasses at you and you're just scared. So you're scary to be around, I should say. Yes.
It puts a huge target on you. When people act unpredictable or paranoid, that's when everyone's like Survivor spidey senses go up and they go, you're going to be an issue. And Brad, you are acting like an issue. And Shan's running this shit. And so she's not going to be putting up with this. So then we go to Luvu and Deshaun is struggling with making fire because they don't have flint.
Yeah. Well, He has flint. It's the steel flint. He has that. He just can't do it.
Oh,
The
'cause
reason
it's
he
a
couldn't
knife.
do it is because when he practiced, he had a small knife and he could do it with the small knife. But now with a machete, it's like your wrist is doing different movements. So he couldn't do it. That's why.
Oh, I guess I didn't even realize that was a machete.
What did you think it was? What are they chopping trees down with?
I just think a knife is a knife is a knife. But I guess there's steak knives, butter knives. I know food knives, but I don't know.
So
war
a machete is like if a food knife was made for a giant person. A butter knife was made for a giant. That's what a machete looks like. So
Well,
it's like,
what about some of your cooking knives are that big?
those are chef's knives. Those are different.
Okay, well, a knife is a knife.
Don't you dare talk about my chef's knives. They cook the food for you.
Oh, believe me, I know. Like if I ever use the knives, I have to immediately clean it off and then
Oh,
dry it.
Yeah, I know. It's called respecting someone else's property. You should look into it.
I'm married. I don't have to, child.
I noticed. That's why there's still dishes in the sink.
That could be your job. That could be your just because you cook. Okay.
They are my dishes, though. They
This
are
is
my
also going to
dishes
be
in the sink.
marriage therapy for us,
Yeah.
just so you guys know.
The
we
only
did this
thing
on
surviving
Married
in
to
this,
Bravo.
yeah, this is our marriage. That's what it is.
Before Nana joined me on Married to Bravo was me and Xchel, and we.
Well, you would get mad at me for saying things and giving my opinion in Married to Bravo.
I would be like, Xchel, because it was when it was just an audio podcast. I would stop and I go, "You're not trying hard enough." And Xchel would be like, "Oh my gosh." Nanya says they haven't showed much chopping things down or shelter building. They really haven't.
No, it's because everyone's trained in that and then they practice at home. I practice with pillow forts, but I don't see any pillows. I'm not going to be able to build anything.
Exactly. And the shade. Okay. So he's struggling, but then, we learned last episode Nasir is great at making fire.
Yeah.
And he just heads over and he's like, "Oh, you guys want to make a fire?" Psh, and he just does his hands like this.
Well, he doesn't do he's more like careful. He doesn't want to be like, I'm fire guy. He's like, hey, if you guys want me to try, maybe. It's like Michael Jordan at like a YMCA basketball game, but nobody knows it's Michael Jordan. He's like, if you guys need an extra member, I can play still, and you're like, okay. And then he just he was able to start the fire like that.
Play horse with you guys and, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. That was my sports reference.
It's horse. Right? That's really good. They do that in the NBA finals. They play horse. If there's a tie, you got to go straight to horse.
That's what I thought. That's what they should do. They should listen to me. So then he talks about his past and his time living in Sri Lanka and how he's used to kind of more minimalist than we would think living, or that he thinks now of living, and how much he enjoyed it, and how they had to bathe in a river, and they didn't have so they would have to boil water. They had just a hole, like an outhouse, but there was no real seat. It was just, a hole. Which
in different countries, you just squat. You just go down and you squat. Yeah. Which is healthier. That's what the squatty potty is for.
Yeah, I had a friend who lived in India forever, and she would talk about, and her brother I was friends with too, and when he went to visit, he said you'd go in a restaurant, I forgot what part of India, and it would just kind of be like that, but you had little placements for your feet. And then
nice.
You just
like Twister.
Yeah. They told you where to put your feet.
Yeah.
And
left foot blue, right foot yellow, poop in the hole.
I guess that's, no matter what country you're in, public restrooms are not pleasant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he talks about that, and what would have been a target for him, his tribe is now, because of his personality and his skill set, they're seeing him as essential. And where they might have wanted to get rid of him, they're saying, we want to keep him because we appreciate him. And I'm like, Nasir, great job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, total switch around from last episode, I should say, where they were just like, I don't know, that guy, he has an accent. I don't know if I like him. And then now it's like, oh, he's feeding us. I like him. That's a good guy. Yeah,
they were kind of sketched up. And now he's getting coconuts down and starting fires very easily. So they're like, all right, there you go. Then we see that we go to Yase, and Tiffany is struggling with no food. She's just like, oh my gosh, I'm not used to this. I mean, no one would be. And then Leona and Xander, or Liana, I think her name is, and Xander are looking for, where's our tribe? maybe we should go look for them. And Xander's like, great idea. Let's split up. And then Xander says, I'm not looking for these fools. I'm looking for an idol.
Smart.
And what does he find, Joe?
He finds the idol, which now in Survivor is part of it's like you got to bring it together, kind of like Harry Potter, or not Harry Potter, but like
Harry Potter.
I guess like Horcruxes. There's 3 Horcruxes. You need all 3 for the idol to work. But apparently there's one on each island, and the other 2 members have to find them before your idol is valid, and up until that point, your vote doesn't count. Which is, I think, a great twist. I like it. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just like, it's crazy that you lose a vote and you have to wait for all 3 idols to be found. And it's called the Beware Advantage. Of course, you don't have to take it. I mean, but it's Survivor. You better take it. So like Xchel said, it's a 3-way shared immunity idol. And it gets even more, I guess, Harry Pottery, is there's a secret phrase you have to say at immunity challenge and then if that other person,
someone says something,
then they have their secret phrase to respond to you. So his phrase is what was it again? It's
butterflies are your old people or ghosts of people before visiting you.
He says, I truly believe butterflies are dead relatives saying hi. And so he has to just awkwardly say this. The problem is immediately when Xander finds this advantage, opens it up, he goes and tells Evie and Voce, because he's like, I trust them so much. And
well, he read it and he lost his vote. So he has to trust somebody.
Atharellus is worst idol ever.
What do you think about the idol?
That's hectic. Yeah, let us know if you guys like it. In the
no, Joleen, what do you think about the idol?
I think it confused me at first, honestly, because I'm like, okay, wait a minute. All these people have to find it. And is it from other tribes or just this tribe? Like, is it? I am still confused, I guess. So
one person in each tribe has to find one.
Okay, so there's 3 of these total. He found the one for Yase, and then there's one in Luvu and Uwe, and they have to find theirs. Okay.
Before it actually works.
And he has to say the secret phrase every time he's at the immunity challenge to see, because that's the only other time he sees the other tribe.
Which is stupid. I agree with Atharella. It's just stupid because, if you're saying the same phrase like 15 times and you're the only one saying it, people are going to be like, why do you keep saying that? Do you have an idol? Like, they're just dead giveaway,
That is true. That it's a very, they'll be like, Xander, you said that last week. And he's like, but I believe that dead people and butterflies are dead people saying hi.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if I was him, what I would have done is I would have found that idol and then I would have hit it somewhere where only I could reach it. And he seems like a very, very athletic person. So I would have went for a coconut up at the top of the tree and put it there until I needed it. That's what I would have done.
We've seen people do stuff like that before, is hide these idols, because at this point, I don't think he should have told them this quickly, because they're obviously, the trust circle is kind of broken. And I love it because right away, Evie says, oh, that's so cute. Voce and Xander want to work with me. That's adorable. But guess what? Normally the men always pair up and then the women get no credit when they go to the end with them. So I'm going to change the narrative and I'm going to work with the women because I have a good relationship with them. So she runs to Tiffany and Liana and says, hey, guess what? The boy is super cute. They found an idol, or kind of an idol. Here's what it does. Here's what happened. Oh, and also Xander told me he got an extra vote. Okay, Z's, like girls for life. And it's just this Black Widow goodness that I love. I am loving Evie. What did you think, Chuck? Because you heard me cheering when Evie said this. We watched it.
I don't like it. I don't think it's a strong alliance. I think if you do that, of course, when the merge happens, you only have those 3 people. And then you kind of put yourself in a situation where you're still the minority. So you're in, I think it's short-term thinking rather than long-term thinking. I think the best way to play in those situations is kind of take your group that you were assigned to as far as possible until you have to kind of backstab people, and because you might not have to, right? because ultimately it should be coming down to what's going to get us to win challenges so that we don't have to keep cutting ourselves, and I think Xander, we'll talk about this later, but I think it just puts them in a bad position in the future.
Okay, so you think maybe splitting down the line this early in a shortened season where the merge is probably going to come sooner, maybe, might not be. Well, ultimately they have to pick sides because somebody's got to go if they keep losing.
Yeah, but once you merge, it's like you have the idea. I think for them is like, I don't think the merge is going to happen next week. It's probably one more, and so I think with the way Survivor is, I mean, they're so like on the feet. Like if I think they could do the merge next week now since that team lost 2 people already or 1 person. But I guess what I'm saying is that once the merge happens and let's say all the girls move on, like I think that no matter where they merge, it's just going to be those 3 people and then the other side. So I don't think that you have the numbers if you're planning to take only 3 people with you to another part of the island with more people.
Rather than all of them. Well, I think, okay, I see what you're saying. But as it goes where they're sit right now, pre-merge, someone has to go. So she had to choose, do I want to roll with the women? Because that's how it parted down the middle. Or do I want to roll with these 2 dudes? And she was like, I feel better with the women. And like Jelly Donut says, Evie is running. She's basically was the deciding factor ultimately in this vote.
Yeah, she was. And I think that maybe we could talk about it a little bit later because we haven't. But I mean, we kind of gave it away. But I think the idea here is that, yes, Evie is in a position of power. And I think she likes being in that position of power because ultimately it came down to what she felt. And everyone's turning to her to be like, hey, you think this, right? And I just think that when the merge comes, if she were to not play it carefully, which I think, she's doing really good at when so I want to talk about that part of the episode later. I think when we recap this at the end, I can really talk about it because we have to go about the episode.
And like Maureen saying, there will probably be a swap. Yeah, we didn't even think about swapping out because they're probably not just going to merge right out the bat. I completely forgot. It's just with condensed time. I just totally even forgot about the options.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So
Maureen.
let's go to the challenge so that way we could talk about all this because I want to talk about her, but it's also like you have to finish the episode so we can talk about everything.
Yeah. So Evie basically, to finish up in my notes, Evie says Xander is dangerous and wants to work with the women. Tells Leona and Tiff, blah 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 blah.
I like Xander.
Challenge.
Big nipple gang. Be in juice.
Oh yeah, your big nipple gang. So we go to the immunity challenge. It's swimming and racing and walking on a pole in the water and then solving a puzzle. So,
and Tiffany tanks it. She is so hungry. She can't physically really be there. And I feel so bad for her. I was cheering for her, even though she fell off that one beam like several times. I really wanted her to win. I think what they could have done is put her as the swimmer, because I think then she wouldn't have done such physical challenges. But I don't know if she was honest about her physicality in terms of if she was feeling really sick or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but she was definitely struggling. And Jelly Donut says, Probe said there's no swap this season. Okay, so that makes sense. So that's why they're all talking about a merge. Okay, so they also will get a reward, and it's fishing equipment. First place gets immunity and really good fishing equipment. Second place gets immunity and okay fishing equipment. And third place gets to go to tribal, no fishing equipment, and they take their flint. So as Tiffany struggles, we're kind of all cheering for her to just finish it because we see this a lot in Survivor. We saw this with one of my favorite players, sometimes Suri, just finishing things. You look for the underdogs, the people that basically could just be off their couch and don't have to have a 6-pack to do this. So we were hoping that, she would finish, and she did finish. But then, so Yase, obviously, because of Tiffany's performance, it puts them behind quite a bit. And then Liana, she goes after Tiffany, and she's killing it. So she's catching Yase up, but it's too late by then. Luvu, blue, wins first place, and green, Uwe, wins second, and Yase loses again.
I liked when Luvu won because one of the ex-NFL players, I was like, man, he is swimming so fast. He is so athletic. And I was like, Oh yeah, he used to be in the NFL. Never mind. That makes sense.
I forgot he was in the NFL too, but me and Chell were watching him. We're like, he's amazing. Oh my
Yeah.
God, Michael Phelps over there.
Yeah.
And he was killing it. And then Chell goes, oh yeah, I think he was in the NFL. We're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense. So Luvu, since they won, they also have to choose 2 people to go on another journey over to another island where they're going to do a summit, and they pick Evie from Yase. They have to pick someone from Yase, and then after they pick someone from Yase, the losing tribe, they can pick whoever from whoever tribe, and Deshaun volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting.
And I love this trip. I think Evie was very smart in this trip. She was trying to make
it horribly.
What's happening? Oh,
Am I pronouncing these tribe names
it's
really bad?
Ua, which is UA, Luvu,
What do I call
LUVU, and Yase.
Okay, maybe.
I think that's correct.
Am I
I could be
pronouncing it
wrong.
wrong?
If you could, what's the way where you spell it by syllable for pronunciation reasons?
I still can't even pronounce Parvati right. So I was calling her Poverty forever.
Like
So,
poor, poverty?
yeah.
Yeah.
So let me know if I'm not pronouncing them correctly. Sorry, Charlie, I interrupted you. Okay, so
So I think Evie played that whole situation right, which is she was just very honest with who did she go on the trip with? I'm sorry.
Evie and
Malcolm?
Deshaun. And Deshaun, he volunteered.
Okay, Deshaun, I think Evie played that so well where she was giving up all the information about someone else's secrets, and to try to make a friend with Deshaun, and how she was basically like, because they were going to have a prisoner's conundrum again, where you protect the vote or risk your vote. She was basically like, hey, I got to protect my vote, just so you know. So if you want to risk and you get 2, I think it's really good because it positions her very well when there is a merge, if she ends up with Deshaun on her team.
Yeah, I mean, they bonded going up, and she was just like, if there's a thing, you take it. I can't risk my vote, blah, 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 blue, like Chell said. So I'm saying Ua, and what should I be saying? Ue?
Ua. Ue.
Ue?
You're
No,
saying
Ue.
You're saying Ue, and I'm saying
Ua.
Ua. I'm
Okay,
saying like
Ua,
marine, like Ua.
Ua.
Yeah.
Okay. That was like a cheer back in my softball days. I see a hole and Jolene's gonna find it. That's just kind of gross, but a hole to like hit the ball too. Okay. Thanks, Shannon Van. My husband's like, you move it along. So, yep, they talk, and he obviously takes. Did you already say that he takes the risk? And
I want to say something about Deshaun that I really enjoyed, and I think is a running theme in this whole situation that I think Survivor and Jeff are trying to give a sense of hope for people, and a lot of the people they pick, like Nuve and Deshaun, were like, I wasn't smart in school, but I have hard work and determination. And I was able to move ahead. So something that I really enjoyed about Deshaun was that his father instilled with him the 3Ds, determination.
Our fathers did not distill them in us. We don't remember what.
My dad did, but I just was like, whatever. I got my Nintendo. That's what's going to keep me happy.
You got to listen to Big Poppy. He's smart. He's went to Stanford.
You talked to him in Spanish. It was really cool. But anyways, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that his father instilled in him a sense of discipline and determination so that he could get up to where he wanted, because he said he wasn't smart in school, but now he's like pushed himself to be determined and to do hard work, dedication.
His dad passed away. No, whose dad passed away?
Deshaun? Yeah. No, he said my dad.
That was Voce. Sorry.
Yeah, Voce. But I mean, Voce is the same thing. He said his mom taught him that he had to be determined to get what he wanted. And that his mom was a single mom working after his father died. So,
yeah, Deshaun's story is really cool because he talked about being like a black doctor and how there's not a lot of black men. So that is something that a black man becoming a doctor, and then that is something that was a big deal for him. And then he wants his parents to be proud, like you said. So he thinks also being on the show, he's just fulfilling tons of dreams, and he seems like a super cool dude. So, wow,
he feels a sense of. Oh, go ahead.
Spoiler alert: you can cast good people on these shows.
Yeah, but I think that they're not going to cast someone who doesn't have those things. That's what I think the theme of the show, or what they're trying to push, is like, hey, if you just work hard, you'll get there. It's a very one point of view type of show.
Oh, so they all want to fit into that kind of like, we all come from kind of similar backgrounds, and not similar, but like it's pushing forth the theme we want, which is
it's pushing for the theme of you can overcome any obstacle as long as you're determined and move forward. And that's what I see, but it's really nice to see those things in certain people. But I will say that in my humble opinion, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes that determination just doesn't work out for a lot of people. So
yes, not everyone can motivate themselves to become a surgeon, or your parents can tell you. My parents, were like, you can be anything. Why did I choose comedian? Because they said anything,
But you are dedicated and you're determined.
Yes.
But I mean, the success
that
that you
mean I'm going to be Chelsea Handler or Chris Rock. That just
exactly.
means, so you can be determined. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And I think, inside the entertainment industry is a lot different, but I mean, from what I've been learning from my time here on Earth, it's just like, sometimes the job is like who you know, and it does take a certain level of determination to move up to that position. But some people do get head starts and move forward faster than others. So someone asked why my lights keep flashing and the cops are here. So I've been with you the whole time. If anybody asks, and hold this while I call the cops.
Nancy says because she just got over a migraine, so hope it doesn't trigger another migraine. I actually told Xchel he has these he's in the office area, and we have these in the bedroom and the office, these little flashing lights that we love. Shout out to Jamie B. Sent me my first set. So I told Xchel to turn on the other ones because I love the mood lighting, but I do see now that it is he can put it on a mode that has it.
It was Jolene's choice, not mine.
Fault.
I would have been in the dark with no lights.
Hashtag free Xchel. Xchel
Somebody
loves
free me.
being in the office in the dark, and I always come in there and I turn on all the lights. I go, you gotta be happy. You gotta, try. And he was like, I like it like that. I'm like,
like this.
So he's like a vampire.
Oh no! Don't say that 3 times.
Rona, what's her name again? That lady.
She's the woman who drowned her children, and now she roams the streets looking for her children.
Yorona.
Yo, the double L's. Why? Rona. Corona. Rona.
La Llorona.
I just solved Corona. Somebody get Dr. Fauci on the phone. We spelled it wrong. It's La Llorona. Damn it! Somebody get me some tamales.
We're gonna keep this. Blame Mexico. I swear.
We're gonna keep this La Llorona away.
I was on Maria's podcast, and Maria Felix, and they do that murder podcast, with like women or whatever. And remember, you and I were on an episode and we talked about La Llorona. We went to her house. We went to Maria's house in LA. Okay.
Yes.
You seem like you're like, what is this chick?
You're telling me, a person who already knows, but I'm thinking that you're telling the audience, the people who don't know. So
I was but then I wanted you to fill in the blanks, but you were just like, cool story, Joe. So
why would I fill in the blanks of your story that you participated in and I did not at all?
I don't know. I'm sleepy. Okay. Okay. So back. Oh, then when they get back after the immunity challenge and Yase has lost, Tiff starts to kind of apologize, like, "Hey guys, I was so tired and my legs, were hurting and they were getting scraped. I had no energy, but
it's just sad because you want her to succeed, but she can't because she's obviously hungry and her body's not used to this."
Yeah, exactly. And she's just like, but I don't think it'll affect me because I'm in this girls group. But then Voce and Xander go off to the side and they're like, that's bullshit. You let your legs get cut up. So easily said by like the 23-year-old or however Xander is, But I mean, for Survivor, you
I think that, you're right about that. That sucks. It's like you can't really tell people how hard they're trying because they could be trying their hardest.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And by you saying, well, she should have done harder, she should have tried harder, it's like you really don't understand what that person is going through within their body. It's kind of like, those people talking about disabilities and like invisible disabilities in the sense of like when you tell someone, come on, you got to do this, but you really just don't understand. You don't live in their head. And so it's unfair for someone to say like, she should have tried harder. She wasn't trying,
Maybe that was her hardest and she literally was exhausted and there's nothing more she can do. And that's
exactly.
You don't have to have a 6-pack and be in super great shape.
Yeah. And, I think everything is cool and with what's going on. I mean, she's very well protected in this women's alliance because Evie went and told the women like, hey, Xander has an idol. He told me everything. They trust me, but I just want to keep this here. But I think the part where Tiffany kind of went astray is that she started doing what Brad did, which is like they just start freaking out. And it's so weird because it's like it's day 4. I feel like I wouldn't freak out until like 2 weeks in,
Yep.
when I think I'm safe. But like people are just freaking out like right off the top, and it just like makes you be such a big target, because she's the one. Even though Evie's in control, it's like she's basically trying to bottle up this violent wind while she's sailing, if she's the captain. You're not gonna go forward because you think you're in control of the ship because the wind's telling you what's gonna happen. And for this, I think Tiffany is the wind. I mean, that's ultimately, spoiler alert, Voce got voted out because Tiffany kept freaking out. And you want this alliance to succeed because, for you, it's all women alliance. You're excited about that. But if Tiffany continues to kind of go forward in this type of thinking, this irrational, like everyone's out to get me and I got to do whatever it takes to save me.
Paranoia like Brad. Yep.
The paranoia is just making her save herself rather than thinking of those 3 women that can really move forward.
That's what I wrote in my notes. Like she might be playing too personal because the minute she hears that Voce said her name, had her name in his mouth, she's like, well, let's switch to him. And it goes against the other 2 women in her alliance and their plan that they had, which was the smart plan. If you're going to flush out an idol, possible idol or something, and if you're going to really this early get out someone who's a threat, then you take out Xander, you blindside Xander. But she's now making it personal. And then her head, like you said, started going in this paranoia. Well, what if that butterfly thing is lying? And Evie says, I read the thing. Like, I know he's not lying. I was right there. And she's like, and I understand Tiffany a little bit because when you're in Survivor, everyone could be lying to you. So unless you saw it yourself, it takes a lot of trust to for sure trust that those people aren't just feeding you some line. And it does sound kind of sus that all of a sudden this new twist is like, I think butterflies are dead people in disguise trying to watch me poop, and you're like, why would anyone say that? But it does suck for Liana and it does suck for Evie that they now have her running around acting kind of, cuckoo bananas and paranoid.
Yeah. So I really do believe, and since we said Voce was voted out, it's out in the bag. I really did believe that they should have voted out Tiffany because she is obviously very paranoid, and I think she's going to make paranoid choices coming up in the next however many long until she's voted out.
I think you're right, Xchel. I think Tiffany, we kind of saw a little bit of and how she was like, I don't think I have to worry. And I'm like, you should always be worried in Survivor. And I don't want you to coast too much and bring these other ladies down either. With not just because, your physical prowess, but just because of your paranoia and stuff. And Maureen says should have been voted. Jelly Don't says, here's the thing about going with the easy vote. I feel like it exposes that person not playing hard enough. I think going with the easy vote lacks strategy and doesn't set your future up well. Max Libre says, will Joleen be able to vote Xchel out in Blood versus Water 3? I honestly don't think I could.
She would cry.
I would cry and I would probably go, I couldn't.
I could though. That's the problem is I could because I'd be like, well, we're trying to win the game. We're trying to win $1 million.
That's true.
And
but I would still
if it's the last 3 people and I have to vote you or this guy I just met out, I'd vote you in order to win the money.
You're that girl. What was her name? And she voted against her mom or turned on her mom. Remember?
Yeah, because it's like I bring home the money. The money is ours if I win, and I have a good chance of winning if I take the guy that his sailing and the next challenge is sailing. It's like that's what I feel like I could do. Where you would be like, I can't ever leave Xchel, and then we're both out within a week.
I will cut you. Maybe I will. Xchel.
I mean, if as long as you win, then cool. But if you lose, you're going to be hearing about it from my lawyer. So,
oh my God, you don't have a lawyer. Dream Sketcher says you picked a great one, Joleen. Sensible, insensitive, insightful hubby. I don't know. After that answer, I don't know. Dream Sketcher. I'm just kidding. I voted out my husband.
Hello,
yeah.
Lawyer. Hi. Yeah, just a second. I'm live. What were you saying, Jolie?
Oh, yes. She voted out her own Xchel. I did. Oh, my gosh. So you guys are loyalty. Tiffany sucks at challenges, and she is a loose cannon.
She's loose cannon. You don't want to bring loose cannons with you.
Yep. Sierra, that was her name. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you. Are we the new Robin Amber? Well, Xchel is definitely not.
I don't know. Oh, Boston Rob?
Boston Rob, yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw his first season, and in the first season, he was with a nurse, and they butted heads a little bit. But one of my favorite things, and this is like so 2006, so 2005, like early
Not
season.
PC.
Yeah, Rob was like, "Hey, are you GAY?" And then he's like, "Yeah, I am. Thanks. I wasn't going to share that right now, but I guess I can." You know, like that was the best.
Boston Rob, had he premiered now, he would have been canceled a long time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Very
Yeah.
lucky that he didn't, and that Jeff wanted to be his best friend so bad. But
I still love that season of Heroes versus Villains when he was like dying. He's like, oh my god, what's going on? My team is so bad, it makes me feel bad. And now I'm sick.
Remember,
That was
like
the best.
they had him passing out, right? But then next to him, his shoes were perfectly taken off, put to the side. We're like, did we just recreate a scene here?
Yeah.
Rob? Did they?
And
there
then-
was a YouTuber that broke that all down. I forget the channel. It wasn't. Have you ever heard of? I don't think you have. What's his face? Peridian. If you want to watch someone really break apart in edited videos all seasons of Survivor and Twist, Peridian's channel is like amazing. And there was another channel where they broke down just all of like the editing flaws or whatever. So Boston Rob's like, I'm dying, but his shoes are perfectly on the freaking ground.
Yeah. I think what would have been better for Evie's game is she should have got rid of Tiffany, because
Evie?
I think Evie, sorry.
You call her Edie now?
I said Evie, like the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Evie. I think what would have been better for her is if she got rid of Tiffany now, because she still would have had the numbers in this woman alliance with her friend. I forget her name, but because Xander doesn't have a vote, Voce has a vote, but Xander doesn't. And so it still would have been a woman forward alliance that she could have brought to the other women and the other tribes. I think that bringing Tiffany along kind of sets up her game really badly. So
yeah, I guess we will see. Hey, so Debonair, didn't Boston Rob? Yes, he did. He said, I think he said queer.
yeah. Hey, are you fruity? And
Yeah,
he's
are
like,
you
yeah,
fruity?
I am. Thanks a lot. I wasn't going to share that, but now I do.
That
Hello,
was, like,
America.
the freaking tragedy that was what's his nuts when he outed Zeke for being trans. Remember that
Mm-mm.
in the season? Have you not seen that season?
No.
Oh shoot, sorry. That's a good
Way to go.
season. Oh, sorry.
Well,
Well-
I'm not going to watch any more Survivor. It doesn't get any better than that.
But you
season.
like Zeke. You like him.
I like Zeke. Zeke is good.
Millennials versus Gen X is a freaking fantastic
Yeah.
season. Yes, Prettium, aka Billy. Yes, we follow each other on the Twitter. I got to introduce you to his channel. He does such a rad job. Maybe he can come on the maybe he'll come on Married to Survivor sometime and join us. Jeff Varner, yeah, Jeff.
Are you
Varner.
already
Yeah.
replacing me? I just did 2 episodes with you.
No, but if Prettium is like interested,
This is what happened with Nana. Jeez. I'm just like, hey, Xchel, help me set this thing up. Oh, it's working. All right, get out of here. I got someone else coming in.
Oh my god, I'm a horrible person. Okay, just to like guest star, not to take over. You are my.
That's what you said
husband.
about Nana. That's it. Hey, she's just coming in to do guest spots. It'll be cool, Xchel. You'll be fine. Here's a little ball. Why don't you play with it? Just go back and forth and hit her up.
My mom. Okay, so all right, where am I here?
How about when Jeff was like, okay, so
Oh my
what
God.
we're going to do is people are going to come in and they're going to write on a piece of paper a name, but it might get real salacious. Don't tell them I told you that. All right.
This is the first
Welcome in, Cass.
before Tribal Jeff breaking the fourth wall and just like, Xchel, can you do it again? Just like, hi, I'm Jeff.
Hi, I'm Jeff, everybody. Usually I don't break the fourth wall, but I wanted to say, hi, Tammy. How's it going? I know you're cheating on me. I'm going to find you one day. We're not going on divorce. I've already moved out. I've taken all the kids away, and I've closed all your bank accounts. So if you're looking for me, delete my number. But here comes the cast. So I'll see you later. Bye.
Jeff is just like, I don't even think he ever got married. I don't think he got any kids. He is a player and he's playing just to play. Don't replace the Xchel. Renew his contract.
They did Jeff's makeup too much. He was too powdery. He was like real. He looked like a vampire. He's just real pale. He's trying to steal your look, Jolene. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it.
I'm the only pale girl, okay?
Yeah. Right.
Jelly Donuts says, yeah, we're getting some blogger beef. It'll be Xchel versus Pretty. or whatever you already say his name. I gotta learn to say his name. Okay, so when Evie does return, though, she does come into this turmoil that we talked about, which is the freaking out of Tiffany. But she does tell everyone, "Oh, hey, BTW, I said to keep my vote because I knew that he was going to risk it. So that's what happened. Now I'm going to go to the water." The well, and that's when the ladies talk, and that's when Tiff starts freaking out, and they're just like, "Oh my god!" Then Jeff talks directly to the camera, like Xchel said, which was kind of creepy because we know. I wish he would have told us something. Like I like when they showed him hiding.
Hi,
the
everybody.
idol.
My name's Xchel. Usually, I don't talk to the YouTube audience, but I just want to let you know my wife and I's relationship is doing really well. Okay, she's gonna start talking again, so. Let's go back to it.
DC Duchess says Jeff's married to Mark Paul Gosselaar's ex-wife, Zach Morris's ex-wife from Saved by the Bell. I had no idea.
Everybody wants a piece of Zach, no matter how they get it.
He's so popular. Okay, so then we go to Tribal. Tiff talks about struggling, and they talk about being humbled. Xander talks about that. Then Voce says they're a tribe on life support, and we have to find the artery and where the bleeding is coming from. And it's like, it's Tiffany. It's Tiffany.
It's Tiffany.
She's bleeding out, literally. And then he shares his story about his childhood and his mom, and you know that he actually wasn't that smart because Jeff's like, you knew fractions really quickly. Zach Morris's ex-wife knows fractions very quickly, but I don't. How did that happen? And he's like, well, you know, I had this. Here's me growing up, and my mom worked really hard as a single mom, and my dad passed away. So we get to hear another story, like we talked about earlier. Another childhood determination, like Xchel said, is the kind of theme. You can do it. Resilience. Anything is possible. Live your dreams. They're coming in right now to vote, you guys. This is called Tribal Council. It's been on for 40. What season are we on? 41 seasons. Not sure if you guys caught on. Stick around. They're gonna vote. So it's creepy, you know. And then Xander, when he goes to vote, he gets a note that says he can't vote till all 3 share aisles are found. So he's not lying, Tiff. You know, but we can't tell her that. She doesn't see that. Then the votes come out. Tiffany gets the first vote, and Xchel said, Tiffany's going. And then Voce gets the next 3. So the women stuck together.
Pissed. He was
He was pissed. He said Jeff snuffed his fire thing, you know, and fire stick. What do you call it? You know what I'm saying?
It's called a fire stick.
Okay. It's a
It's a fire stick.
Okay. Well, he snuffed it, right? And he goes, fail. And then he was like, he just left. And then Xander, you could tell he was thinking, what am I going to do now? Torch. Thank you guys. I don't know. My brain is like in the poop.
I don't know what a torch is, but
we know fire
I
stick.
use a fire stick when I'm having a tiki party. So
yeah, it's a tiki fire stick. Oh my God, Powell's here. We have to have Powell join us, Xchel. He's a huge
now you're
survivor.
replacing me again? Wow. It's not even one person, it's 2.
Everyone loves Powell. He's been on the channel before. Atlanta.
That's great.
Comedian.
I'm glad, but this is Married to Survivor, not I'm friends with Survivor. Okay. I don't know why you're trying to cut me. I just done 2 episodes with you. I don't know what I did.
Look at Powell. I got a buff. Powell has a buff from every season. He like collects them.
Joleen, you should wear it like a tube top, like they do on the show.
I'll stretch it out too far.
That's
Those
okay.
ladies are little. It's gonna have to go to here to get over my tots. I can wear it like this.
Is it tight when you wear it over your head?
Not really. It's very comfortable, actually.
Because it makes me think like the people who can wear it as 2 tops, they're as wide as your head. So it's like, you know,
they are.
They're not that wide at all.
This is like if I'm Amber, this is about how round Amber is even after 4 daughters or 5 daughters. Like she's still very little. Paul said, love y'all. Sorry, Xchel. Sorry.
It's all right, pal. I don't know if I can forgive you, but it's all right.
So unfortunately, going forward, you know, Tiffany's probably in these physical challenges. They're not going to get a lot of rewards, you know, because it's going to be really difficult for her. And they're already struggling big time, Yase. I mean, and they need some of these rewards. They need food. And Tiffany already struggling with no food. This is probably not going to get better.
No,
for them.
I think Xander's going to go home next. If Evie really sticks to the girls' alliance, but I don't think she will if they have to vote again. I think Tiffany will go home, and it'll kind of make her look bad because she really wants this all-girl alliance. She'll go through a conundrum, you know.
Yeah. Well, baby girl Cal said, I think we're polyamorous now, Chow.
Who's invited? I didn't invite anybody.
I keep inviting dudes. Maureen says they don't have fire sticks. They don't even have TV. That's what a fire stick is. It's like one of those. What are they called?
Well, what's a torque?
Busy I was just talking to Busy on the phone. He just got done telling me, Joleen, you need to like nap or take some a ginkgo biloba or something it's called, because I hear you on lives and you're like, it's that thing. He goes, you can't remember what you're talking
Kinky
about.
Galoba?
I sound like Nana.
What's a kinky Galoba?
Ginkgo biloba or something?
What?
Ginkgo biloba? Like
I don't know what you're saying. Ashwanga? That's a real thing. I'm asking you what you're saying.
Poor Chell, go chase that yarn. Chill, cat. Me thinks you are very involved in all creative things happening. Are you a Capricorn, Scorpio, or Leo? He's Aries.
I'm Aries.
He's Aries. But what's your moon? You had a reading from Mama Bev, Sarah's mom.
Taurus.
Shout out to Sarah. No, you are. That's Desi. That's my best friend. That's her thing.
Mama Bev said,
What?
You have an interest in women. And I was like,
She did not. Did she say that? Oh no, does that mean you have like an insatiable interest in women?
yeah, that's what I think she was saying that. So
No, that's
It was-
bad.
that's what she was saying. It was really interesting.
Didn't say insatiable.
No, but that, that
You're scaring me.
I didn't mean to scare you. I'm just
Even though
saying what
I've
she
known
said.
you for 12
Yeah.
years or something now, and you've always
I was like, you
been a
can't say
very
that. I'm
loyal
married.
husband.
I'm
Maybe
married.
she was hitting on you, Mama Bev.
Hey, she's really cool and I like her. So
Listen, if you left me for Mama Bev, I would understand. She's
Oh, yeah.
freaking rad.
She's
Shout
really
out to
cool.
Sarah, David Nerdtainment, Mama Bev, everybody, Jovi, the whole group. But wrong timing. I'm glad. And yes, Amazon Fire Sticks. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, Ginkgo Bologna.
bologna. That's just bologna. What do you mean? He told you to eat bologna? You know how bologna's made? I don't think you should eat bologna.
Chell, you guys, you have to talk Chell into this because, okay, so I was
No.
watching. So that's the episode previous for the
No.
next episode. We're going to
I like my life.
So upset, but just let me explain, okay?
Okay.
So I've been following after BB23.
Hi, everybody. This is Joe.
gonna
Jolene's going
mute-
to say something that
I'm going
I
to mute
don't
your mic. I'm going to
agree
mute
with,
your mic.
and
Okay.
it's just
So-
going to be bad for us.
Yeah.
She's trying to kick me out of the house, but she
Someone
doesn't
go
know
get
how to
Sarah.
do it.
Someone go get Sarah right now. Okay. So I've been following the BB23 post season, messiness, hangouts, whatever. Basically, they're all at Todrick Hall's house. They're staying for the entire week. He has to leave for London tomorrow. They've been hanging out. And by them, I mean Tiffany, Hannah, DX, and Kyland. And then Derek Frazier was there a little bit. And Azza, and they've been watching, they're already watching the season. It's pretty awesome. So I've been following them. And on their last night in LA, when all of them were together, like Sarah, Beth, Xavier, before they went home, Claire, Jesse Tannenbaum, who hopefully I'm saying his last name right, who cast for Survivor and cast for Big Brother this year, which is probably why we saw a lot more diversity because they no longer had Robin cast. He was filming with Tiffany's phone live. She's like, hold this. And you could tell they were kind of like drinking or high or something. Not Jesse, but everybody else. They just got from dinner. They're having a good time, right?
Get to the point.
That's not how my brain rolls. Okay, so
But we already lost. We're like, what? She was trying to tell us something, but we forget what it was.
oh my god, Chill, you're killing me. Okay. I'm gonna cry because it's so funny. Because it's so true. Only my husband knows this about me. Like I could tell a story for 8 hours. Okay, so he takes the phone and he was like, hey guys, we're casting right now for Survivor. So go apply. And I took that. I'm laying in bed next to Chell. And Chell's like, you have to go to bed. I go, no, I'm following the BB23 house guest. He goes, you need to get some sleep. You just got done saying that. And I'm like, so I'm watching. And I go, that's a sign, Chell. You're supposed to apply. So that long story, convoluted story, got us to the fact that Chell needs to go on Survivor. You said you were going to. I think you'd be so good at it because Aries,
I don't
For
like
most
water pooping.
you'll get over it.
I'm going to get over floating with my own turd. No, thank you.
you're into women. Maybe that means you're going to go into OB/GYN nursing.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to work with kids.
Yeah, he doesn't want to work with vaginas. He's just going to work with mine.
I want to work. I want to work with the cupcakes already done, not while they're in the oven. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, once the kids are born.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
When they're still in utero.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
had to
yeah,
think
yeah.
about that. I think about that. All right. Thank you, the CAC 16 for the super sticker. That was so sweet of you. Appreciate.
Thanks.
Trigger alert. You just made it. Yay. Yeah, Tiffany's live streams have been great. I started following quite a few people, and hopefully I'm going to do some BB23 after the season updates. Xchel talking to her like she talks. He does. This is the dynamic, Haru. So how Xchel is with me is exactly how I am with Nana. I'm like, come on. And then Xchel with me and Nana, he's just like, can we get to the point here?
It's like herding squirrels, guys. It's herding squirrels.
Herding cats.
Squirrels.
Yeah. They would be separated though. Xchel would be placed in the healers tribe and Joleen with the hustlers. I am a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. I just want you to know.
No,
Okay.
you wouldn't hustle.
I think I would hustle. You don't have to water poop. You can dig your little latrine.
I don't want to water poopong. You can't force me to water poopong.
Haru wrote water poop on. You applied jelly donuts. Yes. Xchel, we need a poker alliance. Come on, Xchel.
Okay.
Poop in a hole and bury it.
Oh, okay. That's
Poop in the
good.
jungle. Yeah.
I just don't want to float with my floater.
It would be weird, but I think I don't know if I could get used to water pooping. I don't know if I could.
I just think it's weird. I feel like something would swim up there as soon as it was like.
That's a myth. Nobody wants to swim up people's.
In the Amazon, there's something that swims up your pee-pee if you pee.
Men or women?
Both.
Ooh.
The bug is attracted to the warm of your pee-pee, and so then it goes up your urethra.
I love that you call it pee-pee.
Oh.
Is that what you're going to say when you're working in the medical field?
No, I can't say that.
how was
It's
your
too
pee-pee?
it's too childlike. I can't say potty. I have to say I'm here to help you eliminate.
Oh yeah, you can't even say yeah.
You can't make it kid-like at all. You just have to say it like in a way that's
Yeah.
like very
You don't
forward
want
and
to
not kid-like.
embarrass anyone, but I think if you have like a good relationship with the patient, you know, you can't. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Never mind.
That's like it's like even if you have a good relationship with the patient, and this is for geriatrics, like you can't, like if me and Mrs. Sanchez are like having this great time and she's like, you should, like you really have to the patients get the choice. And so you just have to be like, oh, do you want to do this or that? You can't be like, it'd be so cute on you, pigtails. You can't do that at all.
I love how you do like what I do. You hang out with me too much.
Yeah, I do.
Be so cute on you. Yeah, pediatrics would be hard. He's still deciding where
I
he's
like
gonna end up,
pediatrics. I
but
think
he
that'd be
does.
fun.
Well, you taught for a long time and you taught kids improv, and Xchel's he's a natural teacher. Both of his parents are teachers. So he's just great, Xchel. You're just great. Are you ignoring my greatness?
No, do you want me to respond to that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I thought you could give a compliment and you don't have to respond to it, but
No,
that's
you
my
always
fault.
have to
You
respond.
gotta respond.
Maureen says it's a parasite, not a bug.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh. And it has spikes. Shut up.
Told you guys.
I am never going
Swimming
to
in
be
the Amazon. Don't worry. You're not gonna go.
Oh my God. Xchel
You're
obviously
Virginia.
paid attention in school.
I don't pay attention much at school unless I hear it swims up your pee-pee. And I'm like, what? Hold on. What do I need to watch out for? Then it's just like, it perks up. Like, I'm ready to learn. Tell me.
Oh my God. Xchel comes home and he's like, Joleen, guess what? Like all these new medical things that I don't want to know about. And he was telling me, we were talking about, I think last episode, you're talking about boob fungus. And I'm like,
Yeah.
he's like,
The
we might
older
have to
ladies get boob fungus.
you a breast reduction when you get older. So you
Like,
don't get
yep.
boob fungus. If
Yep.
I can't wash under if you or I can't wash under your boobs.
Then some guy will. Some CNA will. Just so you know. They put powder there. though.
Or a lady.
Yeah. You should know that you have a choice as a patient to always request a lady if you don't feel comfortable with whoever your CNA is. So just so you know, just be like, hey, I'd prefer a lady. You don't have to be rude about it. You just be like, hey, I just want a lady.
I say
That's all.
that like everywhere I go. Every time I see a doctor or a dentist, I usually always try to get a lady. I don't always succeed.
It's your
with
right.
Dentist,
You should
but
know that you have that right in medical field. And if you ever feel mistreated in a hospital, ask for an ombudsman. They're supposed to
What?
be your protectors. Your
an
right.
ombudsman.
Ombudsman.
What's that mean?
It's someone who works at the hospital that it basically protects patient rights. And
Ombudsman.
ombudsman. So if you ever are like, I don't think they're really taking care of my rights. So your right to medical choices, that's your right. So like if
Is it
they
like
say
asking for HR? Because sometimes HR at work is just like you're basically just ratting on yourself.
HR protects the company. This is more like someone that protects what you think is going wrong. Like if the nurses are not, I don't know how to say this. I think in essence, like if you feel like you're not being treated medically well, you can ask for an ombudsman, which will be a third party who knows your patient's rights. And then they'll look at everything and say, okay, this is everything. This is, you were treated right, but in essence, like this is where they're kind of giving you stuff. But essentially someone that might
looks out for you.
Legally can help you in those situations where you feel like overloaded by like maybe a doctor or a nurse pushing something on you. Because you have the right, to choose your medical procedures. Like you can say no to anything. Like they can be upset or like frustrated because they're like, I think this is the best course of action that will help you in the future to continue. But you can say no to anything. Like, so it's interesting.
Oh, I would like to go when you have to go to the gynecologist and they want to give you a pelvic exam. It's no, never. No, thank you. No.
Really? Not at all? Not even to make sure you're okay?
Well, yeah, that's why you do it. But if you actually had a choice, all women would say, no, duck lips, please.
But I'm saying but that's why you always go to a woman doctor.
Yes.
Like you feel more comfortable there.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen a man gynecologist. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't feel comfortable. That's just me, though. Some people, so I have friends who have men gynecologists and they love them. But I just, not me. I've seen too many documentaries about these weirdos. And no offense, male doctors, because I know it's not all male doctors hashtag, but I've already freaked myself out. Diana Lee says, oh my word, I know people pee in pools that are, what? At your park, constantly netting turds? What? Netting turds? With only adults are swimming? Oh my gosh.
I was going to tell my mom how excited I was that I finally get to be paid to work with PP. Once I become a CNA, she's gonna be so jealous. She'd be like, when I was a kid, I have this memory. She'd be like, you'll never get paid to play with your PP. And now I'm gonna be like, look at who's getting paid to play with PP.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we are certainly getting a education tonight. Let's say Dream Scout says some male doctors are sweeter than females. Exactly. It just depends. That's just my comfort level. I just always say no to male doctors. It's
just like dating, you're gonna gel with some people and you're gonna really fancy some people that you don't gel with, and vice versa. So
Leah said Zeasorb is what I got for my boob fungus. Oh wow.
It's because microbes and fungus and bacteria, the best places for them to grow is just kind of like a moist, warm area. Mm-hmm. So it's like, when your skin touches your skin, then it becomes sweaty, and so like that's moist enough area, and the heat from your body provides a really good place for those things to grow.
I'm telling Xchel that my freaking boobs are sweaty.
Yes, a patient advocate. Thank you, Missy.
Yes, or could the H be silent like in your brother's first name? On this comment, maybe. I don't know. So I apologize if I butchered your name. More prevalent in countries with strong workers' right. Ombudsman can be great. Yes. Mm-hmm. So are we going to tell adult women to get their breasts reduced to prevent yeast in their older age? Then are we going to do that to uncircumcised older men? My friend Sophia was on Comedy Central. Remember Sophia? She was on Comedy Central. This is not happening. Telling the story about her grandfather who was uncircumcised, and it got, check it out. It's on YouTube. And it closed up due to that sort of thing, right? You can watch the story, but I think it was similar to that. Yes, Xchel is going to have to get a penis reduction if, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, because I get fungus down to my knees from my balls. No.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Or ask for a patient advocate. Yes, patient advocate.
Yeah, I think, if the way I'm thinking, it's like no one really tells you what happens when you're 80 or 90 unless you have like a grandma you're kind of caretaking for or a grandpa. you know. And if I saw my grandpa and like, it's like he was having trouble with like, let's say it's long balls. Long balls are a thing, right? And he's having trouble with it. And like as he's 80, it's causing more. I would totally get a long ball reduction surgery because I don't want to be in that position where like it's just very uncomfortable. And to me, it's like having like a fungus, you know, and someone caretaking for you and always having to worry about that. That seems uncomfortable to me. So that's kind of like my thinking is like, what's going to be easier for me when I grow older, so that way I don't have to worry.
Definite ball reduction. Yeah, this will turn into a medical comedy survivor stream. Both my kids were delivered by male gynecologist, Nancy said, so I love them. They were both amazing.
Great.
Xchel got boob fungus, microbes, and moist in one sentence. He also ruined my love life.
Sorry, Legal Lilia's husband or partner.
We need to get Claire on the podcast for sure. Claire from BB.
Now I'm being replaced with Claire. Just pick one, okay? It doesn't need to be all three. I get it.
Right? We're informative. Things are happening. Oh my God. Have you all heard the news story of the several women who got pregnant? No.
Someone used to have a joke like that in Arizona.
Who? Tim Bateman?
The guy you went on a date with once. He had a big beard.
Oh,
Mike.
He was so mean to me after I just denied him. Remember? Because my therapist
I don't remember. I didn't talk to
you.
you.
Should date other people because I just got to have a big relationship. But me and Xchel were kind of seeing each other. And then I had to say my therapist says I should see people. And I went on one date with this guy. And he was so mean to me when I didn't want to go on any more dates.
That means he really likes you. No, I'm just joking.
That was
Mike Zen. Yeah.
I think he's
but
as a kid.
I think, you know, when you're mean to someone, like not to forgive him because like, did he write you mean letters or you're just saying that when you saw him again, he totally ignored you.
I had to block him on Facebook because I would comment on comedian stuff. And he was like, okay, Joleen, because you have like the attention span of a 3-year-old or something. And I was like, wow.
He's a keyboard warrior. He just was really strong on the keyboard.
Say it to my face, dickhead. And yeah, I picked Xchel because he's hotter and smarter and isn't mean to women. Okay, Mike. Who wants a Mike?
That was my name before I changed it to Xchel.
No, that was a different guy who wrote. His name was who wrote that Valentine's article. His name was Kevin. So I be pissing off dudes my whole life. Ask Xchel. Xchel has watched me like eviscerate dude comedians right in front of him, and Xchel just like sits back and they look at him.
Not dude comedians, but just dudes in general. Like that guy at the Honda dealership, the manager.
Oh yeah.
He made him cry. He had dribble on his lip. It was weird.
He chased us out to the car. He tried to pull some crap on us when we were getting the car, and he tried to blame me for previous bad experiences I had at car dealerships. And I just went on a rant. Like, are you seriously? He was one of those like, I'm a CrossFit car salesman, little lady. He was totally sexist, talking down to me and be like, well, maybe you should have done this. I go, well, maybe you should realize that you work in a system that actually had to get, reprimanded because you guys, the way you treat women. And it was a lot more articulate when I said it. But I just went and I was like, and we're going to go get a car somewhere else. And the manager and everyone followed us out. And Xchel's like, my wife is done. My wife. They were offering us everything.
Like, please just leave us alone. Please.
I was such a dick. He was like,
okay. He got that toddler lip when they're like about to cry.
He expected me to like bow down. And I was like, you work in an industry that has notoriously been very uncomfortable for women to shop in, and there had to be like legislation passed.
The only reason I think he got sad is because you did it in front of the lobby, which had other women watching, that he said, I'm the manager. And then now you're like yelling at him about the system and stuff. And so you totally just shamed him.
I told him, don't come in here and talk to me and be sexist, you misogynist, and not recognize that the business you work in is problematic, and women who have vaginas like me find it very difficult to come in here and feel comfortable because you guys have just treated us poorly and taken advantage of us. And we don't feel comfortable. There's a lot of women who don't feel comfortable being in those kind of situations.
Yeah.
So Jill said, it's above me now.
I did.
Oh yeah. It's always fun. It's always fun with me. Right, Xchel? It's fun.
Hi guys, my name is Xchel. I usually don't break the fourth wall, but if your definition of fun is an awkward time, then yeah, that was fun.
Yes, that is my definition of fun. That's my definition of fun. Yeah, I said this is what happened. You married a tough ass feminist chick, and you're gonna love every second of it. So there we go. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Xchel, thank you. Please, you're renewed for the whole season, so don't worry.
Well, when's Pal messaging you?
He's blowing up my phone. He's like, get rid of Xchel. I'm sexier. Like, he's just saying, I'm just kidding.
Okay, I will wear my mesh shirt, and me and him are going to have a mesh shirt wearing contest, and we'll see who wore it better.
Yes.
Pal, I challenge you.
Has one.
We're going to buy one, and we're going to wear it on lives, and then people are going to pick who's going to have a better one. Who do you think will get voted out, or what team do you think will get voted out next week?
Or go to tribal, you mean?
Yeah.
I think who will go to tribal? I'm gonna say, I want to say Yase, but I feel like that's a given. But from the edit or from
Yase is which one?
The yellow. From the previews we saw.
Is that Brad?
No.
Oh,
right?
Okay. I'm guessing Brad's team. That's who I'm guessing.
Okay, so you're guessing
I didn't see
Brad's
the previews.
team.
So,
because I asked you, stay here, because we were watching it here, and I said, don't you want to see the previews? You go, Brad is in Ua, not Ue, Ua, right?
yeah. Ooh-ah.
Okay, so you think Ua. I'm going to say Yase, just for fun. What do you guys think? Put it in the chat. And yes, Legally Leah is our newest mod, Legally Leah. I just gave her a wrench the other day. So if you don't want it, you don't have to take it. But we adore you. And by we, I mean like everyone who joins the channel, all the subscribers. Xchel, Legally Leah is the best. So if you want to take it, but I was going through, because some of these lives me and Busy do, Xchel. Well, you're in there because you're a mod. It's just like some of these people are cuckoo bananas.
Jelly Donut says, are you watching the secret scenes? And I would like to know how to watch the secret scenes.
How do we watch the secret scenes?
I am old.
We're
so
old.
help me out.
Yeah.
So the one I think is going to go is Brad's tribe. I think Brad's on his way out next week because he's sus. And you think it's the current team
I
with
think
Xander.
it's Yase with Evie. Mm-hmm.
We'll see who gets to wear the buff next week.
Who gets to wear the yeah.
I like how we're both like, the one with the NFL player, they're not going to lose.
No, he's awesome. He's so awesome. Okay, so YouTube or Paramount under Survivor. Okay, we'll check it out. We'll try to watch these scenes. I didn't see nothing about no Heather.
I think we see those like clues like that they show for like a split second. You got to pause it or something to see it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but we'll look on the YouTube. So
okay, Maureen says I only saw 2. They're in the extra. Okay, well look, thanks guys.
Thank
for
you.
the heads up. You guys are wonderful. Make sure you smash the like. We were like 100 strong on a Sunday night where we weren't supposed to go live. You guys are amazing and adorable and sweet and perfect and our little babies. So thank you so much, Mom and Dad, Mommy Joleen and Daddy Xchel. Thank you for joining us.
All our mods get free fungal cream, just so we're clear on that.
Look at this is jury duty, and now a mod next the world. I think he has to keep saying the butterfly thing until he
constantly
finds
until
his
they
tribe.
vote him out because he's a big weirdo.
He's a weirdo because he's talking about dead people and butterflies. Jeff, get Bruce Willis or get him out of here. All right, you guys. We will see you Wednesday. We're going to be going live every Wednesday directly after the airing on the East Coast of the Survivor episode. So we're going to watch it and then we're going live. So join us every Wednesday to break down this season of Survivor. After the video post, if you guys don't mind leaving a comment, it helps us so much in the algorithm. So we grow and more people find our little Survivor baby recap. So from Chef Quinones and Auntie Joleen outside of the Survivor Tribal Council, good night.
If you like what you see,